Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chad Reynolds. I am a mindset coach at Unlock Wealth Consulting. I help you get what you want to get in life and how to change your thinking. And with that, I will say that this video and this channel is all about helping you achieve your goals and what kind of mental blocks or questions you might have that I have had and still have to this day that might help you get you where you want to go. Because when it comes to personal development, there is a lot of things that I have learned over the years that are just hiccups, but they were small things that I was never really taught. So my goal is to help you overcome some of those things. So if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I would really help it. I would really appreciate it because it'll help me get my channel farther. So is what I want to talk today about is the thoughts that come into our head, especially the thoughts negative that come around when we try to meditate. So there has been times when there's a lot of times actually when I be meditating, and it probably happens to you, so don't feel bad if it does. It happens to everyone. So you'll be sitting there and you'll be meditating, everything will be fine, and some kind of thought, which I like to call like an asshat thought, comes into our mind. Now, what is that thought? It's usually something that's kind of negative or bugging us. It might have to do with rent or health, a family member, a situation, some kind of an issue or problem we're having in life. And it tends to hijack or take over our meditation. So what can we do to combat something like that? And I have a little trick that I've been using for a while that seems to work well with me. And we'll see if it works well with you. So the first thing I want to talk about is when we go to meditate, a lot of people, close their eyes, they get into it, they start doing their thing. And the first thing I will say is this: it's not a good idea to do this in bed because your mind is like pre-programmed. Bed means sleep. So that's just not a good idea. And I hear a lot of people talk about getting a comfortable spot, lay back, rest, relax, close your eyes. I don't always think in the beginning that might be the best advice because a lot of people might tend to fall asleep. So something I've learned, and I've learned from a lot of people, one of my best people that I follow on meditation would be Joe Dispenza. He always talked about sitting up straight. Now, in a couple of his meditations, he halfway through he might tell you to lay down. But I think that's after you get into the state of meditation. But that's on a different topic. That's what I wanted to talk to you about was when you do your meditation. So if you're meditating and a thought comes in to your mind that's not in harmony with what you're meditating on or anything like that, what can we do? Well, the first thing that we need to remember is what we resist persists. So if a thought comes into our mind, what do we normally try to do? I'll get those thoughts, I don't want to think that, I want to think that. Well, they're going to keep on persisting until they get to you, and they usually do. So one thing you can do is invite that thought in. Say, come on in. It's okay. Let that thought come in, because what's going to happen is now it's going to stop persisting. Now it's there. So to give you an example of that, I will use, let's say, my puppy. Sometimes I put my puppy out back and I close the doggy door and I don't want him inside. And he will cry and scratch outside the door and persist until he can come in. Now I might be doing something that doesn't want him in at that given time. But he will keep on doing his thing until I finally open the door and let him in. And what happens is, more often than not, he comes in and lays down and I don't even know he's there. He's happy. Now I'm happy because I can get back to what I was doing. I'm not being disturbed by somebody bugging me out the door. Well, it's kind of how your thoughts work in your conscious mind. If something's going on, and something wants to get over that and think about this, focus on this, look at me, invite that in, say, okay, well, come on in here. That's okay. Even play a little mental game. Think of a couch or something and think of these thoughts coming in. Take a seat, you're next. And you can even take it a step further by thinking of the polar opposite of that thought, that negative thought that comes in. So you invite that thought in, and let's say it's your house payments due in 2 days. You know, what's the polar opposite? Well, you have plenty of money and you're not even worried about that house payment at all. No stress at all. And diffuse it. And a lot of times those thoughts that come in will diffuse themselves if you don't diffuse them. But they're not going to unless you invite them in. So if you spend time meditating and you're constantly concentrating on not having those thoughts come in, well, good luck to you, because they're going to come in. They're going to persist till you come in. Okay, maybe when you fall into meditation, they might not come in, but the best thing to do is just invite them in, let them in, and go with that and try that. And of course, you can tweak what I just said to your liking, whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do, any kind of spin you want to put on that, you go ahead and do that. But that's just a basic idea of what you can do when you're meditating and you don't like the thoughts that are coming in. And as always, down below in the description, I am going to put a link to my workbook, The Key. It is a Manifest Your Goals Faster workbook. It's an absolutely free workbook. You can download it. You can get on your way to manifesting what you want in life. And I look forward to hearing you. And again, like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. You guys have a great day.